Hello Pokemon fans, this is ProPokeNoob back today to bring you another battle. Today will be a standard UU match against a person by the name of Lucian Rising Hero. There's an RO at the end of that old name. But anyways, this is the UU team that I actually showed you a couple of uploads ago, a couple of Pokemon uploads ago, with the Cresselia Registeel core that I just wanted to try out. And I gotta tell you, it's fantastic. It's just so bulky and does so much that it feels so good. Now, I'm trying to remember what I changed up on Cresselia, because I remember how I had HP Fighting. I think I changed it up to either Moonlight or... no, I don't know, I might have changed it up to Ice Beam. I think I changed it... Yes, I changed it to Ice Beam, that's what it was. In this battle, I changed from HP Fighting to Ice Beam. And Registeel, I don't know if he still has Shadow Claw. I think I took Shadow Claw off of him, but nonetheless, my team is pretty much the same. Looking at my opponent's team, it's kind of... I don't know. I didn't really know what to expect from it. It looked kind of standard at the time. I mean, he's got, well, I mean, not standard. He's got a Venomoth and a Chinchino. So, I'm assuming the Chinchino is choiced in some way. I really didn't know what to expect from this. I know I do need to stop Meloetta from doing any type of setting up, as well as Scrafty. So, Machamp is actually going to be a big player, as well as Heracross. If I can keep those two around long enough, he won't be able to do anything safely. So, that's the type of plan I'm going with here. But anyways, in the ways of leads, I'm just going to lead off with Registeel. I figured Rocks, get him up. If he's going to lead off with a Menomoth, this is good sleep fodder nonetheless. I can just switch out into Machamp to be sleep fodder. Why do I keep saying death fodder? But anyways, he's going to go for the U-turn first turn with Chinchino. I'm going to go for the T-Wave. I'm guessing he was scouting for that, not fearing what I could do, because he actually resists both Toxic and Thunder Wave, so it's a perfect switch. I'm just gonna go into my defensive Cresselia, and even though it's defensive, it still takes hits like a beast. He's gonna switch out, fearing, I guess, the Psychic. But I know I'm a little bit smarter than that. Obviously, I'm a little bit smarter than that. I'm gonna go for the Ice Beam as he switches into Scrafty. Now, I don't want this thing setting up, crunching me or anything like that, but I figured he'd probably set up predicting me to switch, so I'm actually gonna go for the Thunder Wave, which is going to cripple the Scrafty. Now, he could be the Shed Skin variant, because that would make sense. You know, you're setting up, you can get rid of status on you. But I figured, you know what, if you're looking for sweeping with Scrafty, you might run Moxie, because you're gonna have those speed boosts from the what's it called? From the Dragon Dance, and then that way you just keep building up attack, and all you need is +1 or +2 speed, and then you'll be pretty good with continuously gaining attack without having to take extra turns to set up. Doesn't matter, because the Woman's Touch is just going to dynamic punch the Scrafty in the face and take him out completely, so it doesn't even matter. And now Venomoth comes in. Hey, perfect. Machamp's in. You know, you're going to put my woman to sleep? Go for it, because that's the whole point of Machamp at this point, is to be the sleep fodder. But thank you for smashing that Scrafty in the face. You saved Heracross a world of trouble. Now, I'm going to switch into my specially defensive Togekiss. I figured I could Encore this thing, or I can just paralyze it if he goes for the Quiver Dance, but he actually goes for Baton Pass. Now, I didn't know that he was going to do this. I just wanted to paralyze it because I figured I don't want his speed to go to good use. But he actually Baton Pass it into Nidoking, and I get the paralyze with the Body Slam. So that's perfect. I guess he thought I might have T-Wave, considering that he sees that 3 of my Pokemon... Well, he sees 2 of my Pokemon have, you know, paralyzing potential, but I mean, 3 of them actually have paralyzing powers. He's going to go for the T-Bolt again on my Cresselia. Cresselia does not die. That is its job. And I'm going to go for the Psychic. Get a nice sizable chunk off it, even though it has a +1 special defense boost. That's not bad. Like, this thing does its job. He gets Parahacks, which is unfortunate. Now I'm just going to go for the Ice Beam on the off chance that he wants to switch out into his Meloetta to take the hit, perhaps, and try and set up on me. But he's not going to. He's just going to leave the Paralyzed Nidoking in to die. But, I mean, that's expected. It's useless now because it's slow. Now he's going to switch in his Chinchino, and this I found hilarious. This thing is going to try and kill me. Now, if you'd like to count how many hits it takes, well, here's 1, here's 2, here's 3, here's 4, and here's 5. It does absolutely nothing. But I flinch. This guy's running the King's Rock. How cute. But he's going to need the King's Rock in order to take me out, so that's 5 hits. Okay, not too bad. So he's going to try and switch it up, do a tiny bit more damage. He's going to slap me with his tail. Okay, that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4, and that's 5. That's 10 hits, and I've taken what? 30, 50%? 10 hits for 50%, so like on average he's doing 5% a hit, which is kind of like, wow. He just can't do it. He decides to give up, go for the U-turn. He could have probably just kept trying to flinch me. That would have been his better bet, but, you know, he can go into someone to resist hits. He can go into Cresselia, and that's, you know, that's a problem. I go for the Thunder Wave, but I figured well, I mean, I want to paralyze this Chinchino, but I guess maybe he thought, you know, He's playing with fire. I could have paralyzed him at any one point. I was going for T-Wave this whole time. But now Cresselia's paralyzed. I'm going to switch out, go into my, I believe, Registeel. Because in case he wants to go for Toxic or T-Wave, I want to absorb that before going into anyone else. He ends up going for Reflect. Now, this means that I need to waste some time. I've got Stealth Rocks that I can still set up. I've got T-Waves to catch him off guard, Seismic Tosses, whatever I need. I just want to make sure I see what he's got, and it turns out he has the Thunder Wave. So he's running that Reflect Thunder Wave, Ice Beam, Psychic set that I see on Smogon. But he's going to switch out. I predict this because I know he can't touch me. He goes into Venomoth. I'm like, oh, that's just perfect. Please let me paralyze you. And I do get it. So his baton passing setup here is going to be a little crippled. If he does get paralyzed, he could be in a very difficult position. Also, Venomoth loses the potential for sweeping itself. But we both get paralyzed, so it's kind of a dead turn. Now, he is going to go for the Quiver Dance, so I know he's trying to set this up. I'm just going to go for the Seismic Toss. If this thing's going to come back in, I want Rocks to cripple it as much as possible, as well as not have a lot of HP left over. So what I'm going to do is actually switch into Togekiss in anticipation of a special sweeper, being Meloetta or Cresselia. Meloetta comes in, but +1 is going to destroy me. So much for that plan. So now I have to go into Registeel, which is my next best bet for paralyzing. He turns out to have HP Fighting or HP Fire. I can't tell which one. I thought HP Fire would make more sense with a Psychic Electric coverage. But, I mean, I don't know. But anyways, he hits me with 2 Hidden Power, super effectives. I do get the Paralyze off, plus a Seismic Toss. Now, I don't see an item. I'm thinking it's maybe Expert Belt, but he's just going to go for the T-Bolt in the off chance that I switch out, which makes me think that if it was HP Fire, he was predicting Chandelure to come in to get the Flash Fire boost. But nonetheless, I'm going to be able to go into Heracross and go for the risky Mega Horn. I probably could have just gone for Close Combat. If he had switched in Cresselia, I shouldn't have been fearing Meloetta because it was paralyzed. I would be able to outspeed it regardless and actually hit it neutrally with Close Combat and probably still kill it, but nonetheless, hey, it worked out. I'm not questioning. It's done. Mega Horn also takes out the Venomoth, so I mean, I'm in a good position here. This guy's pretty much done. He's got Chinchino, and I know it's King's Rock, which means that I will outspeed, but I do not want to risk missing because Heracross is still my main threat. He can take out both these Pokemon by just simply switching and cycling through my Pokemon. He's going to go for the Rock Blast. He probably could have gone for Tail Slap. It would have done more damage overall, but I'm guessing maybe he thought, too obvious, I go into, you know, I don't know, a Chandelure. But as you can see, it took 15 hits, no, 16 hits, because he went for U-turn. 16 hits, no, 18, 19 hits from Chinchino to take out Cresselia. I just find that number really funny. Anyways, I'm just going to go into Heracross, go for the very safe Close Combat, take it out. He's going to send in Cresselia, which is his last Pokemon. I'm like, you know what? Let's have a little bit of fun. Let's go into Woman's Touch. And the Woman's Touch, as you know, hurts sometimes. It's a little painful. But he's going to set up a Reflect. And I knew this. I'm like, you know what? Absorb this Thunder Wave that he's going to go for. All I need to do is let Machamp die and then send in the appropriate sweeper. Chandelure or Heracross is everyone I'm feeling fancy with. But I wake up and I get a crit Dynamic Punch off, which is like, okay, that's it. This guy's going to Reflect up. I don't care. I'm going to try and get the kill with Woman's Touch. Because the Woman's Touch, ladies and gentlemen, has a very accurate stone edge. And the edge is quite sharp. And as you can see, I get it really, really low, but it turns out he's running Moonlight, so I don't think he has Psychic, otherwise he would have gone for it already. But pretty much the whole rest of the battle is going to be Woman's Touch beating on the Cresselia, trying to take it out with crits and everything like that. But I mean, again, I could have just switched into Cresselia, I could have just switched into Chandelure, I could have switched into Heracross, especially knowing now that there is no threat of a Psychic. But, I mean, this is just too funny, watching a Machamp beat on a Cresselia, because, you know, Cresselia just doesn't die. It took 19 hits from Chinchino, and now it took, I don't know, how many hits was that from? I don't know, that must have been like 12 turns of beating on a giant Psychic moon thing. I don't know, but nonetheless, that was an excellent match. Lucian Rising Hero. Comment, rate, and subscribe, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this battle. The next one is upload number 100, so expect something from that. It's a kind of a milestone that we have on these channels. You know, all these low subscriber, not very popular. We got to do something to make ourselves feel a little bit better about ourselves. But you know what? You guys have been fantastic supporters, and obviously we've done more than 100 uploads. But I mean, after 100 plus battles done on this channel, upload number 100 for PO battles is going to be, you know, something that I'm going to try to make, I guess, memorable. I don't know. I had an idea, but then I thought about it. I go, no one's going to want to sit there and actually go through that. So, I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure something out, and you will see me with that next time. Until then, everyone, have an excellent day.